The next one we had Casey do was on his hands and knees. This time we were going a little bit more for being able to anchor on this left side and anchor in his abs, but also find his right glute. So the first thing he's gonna do, we've got a pad underneath his left side, not his right at all. So it's actually gonna put him kind of shifted into this left hip already anyway. What he's gonna do is think about tucking his tail around his pelvis, shift forward a little bit. Okay, keep your hands there, bring your pelvis forward. Yeah. What do you feel when you do that?
So the biggest thing, and we can kind of talk about, I'll explain this when we talk about some of the breathing techniques. You have to get your lower abs to turn on in order to get your pelvis to literally get underneath of you. Just by squeezing your glutes to get your pelvis under you, you get part of the way there. The low abs are really what kind of locks that in place. At least that's been my experience
100%.
with it.
Okay. Pull away here and then keep shifting forward. Okay. So that's already tough for him to hold, but he can find it. He's got his low abs working. What he's gonna then do is take his right knee and turn it out to the side without shifting his pelvis. So he might actually need to take that right knee and think about just barely reaching it forward, just like on the other exercise. So stretch that towards my hand. Good. Now as he does that, I don't know if you can see from there, his pelvis is already wanting to go into a little bit more of an arch. There you go, good. Strong dude, he's shaking like a leaf. Hold out a couple breaths, Casey. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. With this one, when he breathes, I want him to think about filling up this part of his back. Deep breath in. When he breathes out, this has got to stay expanded, but he's gonna breathe out from here. Good. That's tough, go ahead and relax.
Sweating. Gonna get from behind?
Yeah. So, one of the reasons I really like this one for Casey is when he squats, or when he squatted before, he consistently squatted into his right hip. When we have him into that left hip where he is now, that's the total opposite pattern of really what contributed to his injury anyway. So keeping tucked here gets rid of that pelvic tilt, keeping a little bit of lift in that, shifts him into his left hip to kind of teach his body to alternate out of that fully right-sided pattern. And then same thing. Good, and you can see that wanting to lift. So take your knee, reach it towards my hand just a little, keep tucked here. Good. Breathe into here. And when you breathe out, let it come from your ribs, pulling down towards your hip bones. Again, Casey's a strong ass dude. For him to have a hard time holding this position, it's not that he's weak. It's that his body hasn't been here in a long time.
Uncharted territory.